So in today's video, I'll be teaching you guys on how to fully install and use Citron Emulator on your Android device. So here like this, I have my Android device here and it is running on 115. And let me quickly show you something. Okay, so I have Google Pixel 6 Pro, which comes as Mali G78, which is this one. It has Mali G78 chipset. So I'm going to install the Citron emulator on this device. Now to install the emulator, first of all you have to get this app installed, this Z Archiver app installed on your phone. So get this app, and after that just download these files. Download the emulator, which is this one and also this one. After that, download the emulator from the description. So when you look here, I have my firmware and also my product keys. So before you can use or before you can set up any switch based emulator on your device, any device, there are two things that you are going to need. One, you need firmware, and two, the product keys. So with these two, I always say in my video that I'm not going to show you guys on how to get these two. So I think you should do a little research on your own. So when you look here, I have two versions of the app. One is the main release and also the other is the optimized version. So when you open the download link, you have the option to choose between the normal one and the optimized version. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be going with the optimized version. So you need to install the app. Install the app. Okay, now press done. Now what's left with it, you have to extract these two files. You have to extract the firmware and the product keys. So first, let's extract the product keys. Second, let's extract the firmware. So as you can see, we have the product keys and the title key, and also we have our firmware. Now please note the firmware and your product keys must be in the same version. As you can see, I have the version 19. So you can't have a product key version 18 and have a firmware version 19. No, both the firmware and the product keys must be on the same version. So now after we are done extracting, let's open the emulator. So this is the emulator that we installed. So let's open the emulator. So at the welcome page, it says legal disclaimer, blah 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 blah. Just read it. After that, press on accept and continue. Press on get started. Press on grant permission and press on allow. Now here it says keys, and what this simply means is that we are going to install the keys. Remember, we had a product keys and we extracted it, so we are going to install that keys. So to do that, just press on this plus sign here, we say select keys, and then locate the folder that contains your switch keys. Remember, this is the product keys folder. So inside, just you have to select the prod keys. Now here it says add games. The game simply means that we have to add our games folder, and to do that we have to press on this thing here and then locate the folder that contains our switch ROMs or switch games. So to do that, just press on this thing, press on add this thing, and then locate the folder that contains your switch games files. After that, when you are in the folder, just press this use this folder, just press this one which says use this folder, and then press on allow. Now here tick in deep scan and then press on OK. It says done, just press on continue. Now your game should appear here like this. If your games are not showing, that means you mix a step of this tutorial. So at this stage your game should start appearing here. Now go to settings. Now we need to install the firmware. To do that, just press on this manage Citron data file, press on this. Okay, so now to install the firmware file, we have to select this one which says install firmware file. So we are going to install the firmware file as it is in a zip format. So the firmware that we extracted will be of no use. So we will be installing the firmware file as it is in a zip format. So to install the firmware file, just press on this thing over here and then locate the folder that contains your switch firmware. So this is my switch firmware. As you can see, I have switch firmware and it is in a zip file. So remember, we extracted it to this and we are not going to use this. So we will be using the actual zip file. So when you are here, just select the firmware which is in a zip format. Just press it and then it should start installing the firmware. Okay, it says imported successfully. So what you have to do is just come back here and then head over to advanced settings, graphics. Make sure this thing is on Vulkan, and at default it's already on Vulkan, so you have to make sure that it's always on Vulkan. And then this one too, yeah, it has to be on this CPU accuracy. Just put on auto, make sure it's on auto. Head back. Now with the resolution, if if you have how do you call it, if you have a low end device, I would advise you to go for the 0.75x. I would advise you to go for this between 0.5x and 0.75x. So between this and this. But if you have a higher end device, then you can go for the 720p. After that, all the rest are not recommended, so you can't go beyond 720p. So if you have a low-end device, just go for this one. And VSync, make sure it's on immediate off, and anti-aliasing method, make sure it's on none. So I think that's all for today's video. So if you really like this video, please subscribe to the channel. See you next time.